institutions and how we stop people who are attacking those institutions. We cannot do it on the streets. We do it through the institutions. We were doing it through the bar. Now the burden has come to the judiciary because of the new constitution. And we pray that that burden will be borne constantly, persistently, with courage, because when such burdens are not borne, all of us fall down, including courts. And is that something that should be? Is that something that has to be spoken to? I mean, spoken for by a party who is seeking justice? And the answer, fortunately, is no. The Constitution itself gives the answer. And that is set out in Article 3(2), which says that it is the duty, every person has an obligation to respect, uphold, and defend this Constitution. Defend? Armies coming from abroad don't care about our Constitution. We're not defending this Constitution against armed incursion from anywhere. That defense is from enemies within who use this type of thing. It is not unusual. The subsidiary legislation emanates, as we all know, from the institution itself. And a letter goes to the Attorney General saying, I would like to amend this. This is what I want. The Attorney General says, give us a draft. The draft comes, sent to the draftsman, legal draftsman. First draft goes to various ministries, Attorney Generals, other departments, public, to the Interior Ministry, la. So this has been done very calculatedly. Very few of us are going to read this to see it, but no one even saw it in 2017. So we have work ahead of us. And so may I turn then to the second issue that I'm coming on to submit to your ladyships and lordships, and that is sure. Thank you. Sorry, Mary. So the prayers are there. We are asking for prayers in the petition, and we respectfully request that the court looks at them and deliberates on them. But the court also has powers from other places. For example, in the Elections Act itself, under Section 80, subsection 4, the court has power. The court has power to, if there is evidence that you find, you may issue directions that the certificate is to be made out in the name of the person who has secured more votes. The second prayer we do make outside this is this, that we cannot have, whatever the outcome of this petition, we cannot have the self-discredited person who is giving false affidavits and doing all these things to be the chairperson of the IBC or anything at all. And so we are also saying that there are two prayers in relation to this. The Article 3 of our Constitution says this. Article 3, sub-article 2. And this is at the heart, I pray, of the judgment that this Honourable Court gives. 2. Any attempt to establish a government otherwise than in compliance with this Constitution is unlawful. Any attempt to establish a government otherwise than in compliance with this Constitution is unlawful. And so, in what is a 34C? A 34C is what leads to 34B, which leads to the declaration of a president, which is the formation of a new government. That is what was going on the 15th of August there. An attempt, and even here, right now in this court, there are people who have filed things in contravention of the saying that what is in contravention of the Constitution is correct. And right here in this, there is an attempt to establish a government otherwise than in compliance with this Constitution. It's unlawful. So, if this Honourable Court finds that Mr. Chebukati is responsible for and has committed actions and decisions which are an attempt to establish a government otherwise than in compliance with this Constitution, we pray that you make a holding that he has done such an attempt, which is a mechanism within the Constitution itself and within this election petition's four corners, and another declaration that this person, pursuant to Article 33, sub-article 2, is no longer fit to hold public office. We go further. Is it possible that we can stop it by stopping Mr. Chebukati alone and we submit? No. It doesn't matter whether Mr. Chebukati will find another Mr. Chebukati next time. We have to stop those people who do not take those steps, but who take the benefit of those steps. And those people who take the benefit of the steps which the Constitution itself says is unlawful cannot take public office on the basis of a false 34C, 34D, of a declaration made by a person who knows he's made it falsely. So that we also pray that those who seek to benefit from the wrongdoing of Mr. Chebukati are themselves caught by Article 3, sub-article 2, and you have the powers to make the same orders, that they too are making an attempt to establish a government in Kenya otherwise than in compliance with this Constitution. And we pray that this court moves our country forward with those two steps of orders in relation to all parties benefiting and all parties carrying out this mass attack upon Kenyan democracy. Thank you.